It's a gray, windy day here, and the rain is supposed to be coming in soon. So I want to get my peas into the ground. So I just moved into the garden to start planting the peas, and it's starting to rain. So we're going to hold that thought, and we'll see if we'll be able to plant them later or tomorrow. My original goal had been to plant them tomorrow, and I was going to soak the seeds overnight and plant them out. But it's supposed to rain heavy tomorrow. And then I looked at the forecast and it said perhaps today in the afternoon. I was like, well, maybe I can get the peas in, don't have to soak them. The rain will be coming, give them a good watering, and it'll achieve the same effect. Well, as I said, starting to rain. So I'm going to be heading inside. So 5 minutes after going inside, the clouds parted, the sun came out. Still breezy out, but it's nice. I'd already gotten into something by that point, so put it off for a little while, but let's get to planting the peas. So I'm going to be planting a couple of variety of peas. We've got the tall telephone here that I got from M.I. Gardner. It comes 40 peas per pack, so 80 peas. But I plant 8 to a square foot, so that actually just might get me the whole way. If I need more, I've got these green arrow bush peas, so they're not going to grow as tall. These grow 6 to 8 feet tall, so they'll be fine going up that fence. These, they don't grow that tall, a couple of feet, I think. And then I've got these peas, little marvels, and they're kind of small. So these will go at the end of the row if I haven't used up, or if I have used up all my tall telephone. So these are going to go in the ground first, and then we'll get to the others. I'll be using my template. This is how you plant peas in a square foot garden. 8 peas per square foot and 2 rows. So let's head over to the bed. So I'll be planting them in the bed where I planted the cabbage, as I had mentioned. And as you can see, I've got the insect netting over the top to keep the cabbage moth away. Now, as the cabbage develops and those leaves get really big, if they're touching the fabric, you have to keep that away, because the moth will land on the fabric and lay its eggs, and they'll still get into the thing. So right now it'll keep them away, but as you can see, the cabbage is doing really good. It has taken hold nicely, and as you can also see, I removed the domes, the cloches, from the cabbages. I had them on for about a week. And we still have like a 30-degree night supposedly coming up this weekend. But beyond that, then it goes up into the 40s for another week. So we'll have to see what comes after that. But that might be the worst of it being over with. So let's get to planting the peas. I'll take the covers off. I'm actually going to remove the hoops because it'll make it easier working. And then we can get started. So I cleared away the mulch, and I've set up the template, and as you can see, it goes over one of these things, so we're not going to have one pea there, but just going to mark out the holes. In peas, you want to plant 1 inch deep, thereabouts. So now we'll just take this, move this over, and continue marking down. And we'll work our way down the garden bed. Okay, so we've got all the holes punched in the ground, and we're ready to start planting the seed. And I just got a surprise when I opened it up. This is the seeds. I don't know what that is. Clay covering? I don't know. But we're gonna plant them into the ground. The holes are about 1 inch deep. So we'll just go along, putting them into the holes, and we'll go down the entire line. So I'll be back in a few minutes. So now that we got the peas in the holes, just gonna fill in. And then we'll water them in. So I'm gonna go down the line of the garden, and I'll be back after covering them all up. So now, just gonna water it in. I got this new watering can from Dollar Tree. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it best because it does a really wide spray. So I think if I turn it upside down like that, that'll give me a better, it's a better coverage. So I'm gonna really soak these in, even though they're, it's supposed to rain tonight. Of course, it was supposed to rain today too, and it didn't. So that's why I always opt to water my plants, even if it looks like it's going to rain, because you never know if it actually is. And a lot of times it doesn't. And this is really just surface watering that I'm doing here. I should mention that the seed packet, although it says 40 seeds, they came with almost 50 seeds in each packet. So I got about almost 100 seeds planted out here. Now I'm not expecting 100% germination, but we'll get a good number, I believe, to come up. So after I get done watering, I'm gonna push this mulch back over lightly, and the peas will grow up through the mulch. And then I'll reattach my hoops and the insect netting and have it back to where it was. Okay, the mulch has been put back, the hoops have been reinstalled, and the cover is back on. Don't ask me what's going on down there, I have no idea. The original cover didn't go all the way to the end, it only went to here, so I had a second cover, which might actually fit the whole thing. But I put it overlapped in between two hoops, which is 2 feet, and just so that the bugs don't get into here, birds or anything like that. And I don't know how this is all misshapen, but it just wouldn't go even down to that end, so I'll have to readjust that tomorrow, maybe when it's not so windy out, because it's always a lot of fun doing this kind of stuff in the wind.
Tomorrow.
So not only did it not rain yesterday, well, there was a quick sprinkle that came down, but the temperatures plummeted overnight. At around 3 o'clock in the morning, it was like 33 degrees, feels like 24 or something like that. It was ridiculous. So what I'm doing now is watering the peas that we planted yesterday. And that's the one good thing about insect netting. You just water right through it. But I'm gonna give them another good watering like I did yesterday, and get them well watered in. The cabbage in front is actually going to get some 511 fish fertilizer, as will the garlic plants. And then I'm gonna have to readjust this mess down here. But yeah, so that's why I say always water, regardless of what the weather forecast is, because you can't trust the weatherman. I've always said I wish I could be as wrong in my job as he is in his. But we've got the peas in, and we only use the tall telephone pole tall telephone peas. We didn't have to use any of the others, so we could actually do a fall crop with the shorter peas in the fall. And that'll probably be like the end of July they would end up getting planted based on the last frost date. End of July, beginning of August. But right now we got our spring crop in, and excited to see how many that come up and what they produce. If these things get 6 to 8 feet tall, that should be quite the production. Last year I'd planted them but didn't provide them any support, so they were just flopping all over the place and didn't really get to grow. So I'm hoping having this fence to grow up, they'll be able to do something nice. But if you want to see what we're doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll be able to follow along in the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching.